Could you retain a little bit of that? And he was like, I'll retain 50%. And I was like, oh my God, send the trade. Send it now. Start the car.
Stick talk. 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 Stick talk.
And
Hockey.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 42 of Stick Talk Hockey. Back to your regular scheduled programming. I was feeling a little bit sick last week. Thank you, Tro, for stepping in. We appreciate that.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Feeling better?
Feeling great. Feeling like $1 million this week. Ready to go.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back. It was like, now that it's been even just that one extra week off, like I feel like we haven't been at this in forever.
I know. As soon as like the routine gets thrown off a little bit, it's like it feels like ages.
Yeah, exactly.
It was weird recording at home too.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah, it's like so much louder. Like I live in like,
Yeah.
right beside a busy street. So
Yeah.
like there was like several times where like I just had to stop because like cops were whizzing by and just picking up sirens and everything in my mic. I was like, oh my God, like I miss the secluded studio.
Yeah, no doubt, right?
Yeah.
Heading out here. So once again, that's yours truly. I'm Tico Raspy. We got a whole week. We got a fun episode today.
Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah.
It was a pretty positive news cycle for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, we should start, I guess, this week with the one kind of negative that's now turned positive. Woodcroft's out.
Yeah, Woodcroft is out. I mean, man.
Yeah.
That didn't age well.
Mm.
I mean, it kind of did. I said he would probably get fired, but like he shouldn't be.
Well, and I still think that that's kind of the case. Like as much as Woodcroft is clearly been a good coach there. He's got a ridiculous winning percentage out of the last like handful of these coaches that they've hired and fired over the past decade, right?
100%.
But timing is everything.
Honestly.
You can't the Oilers can't afford it right now.
No, and if they're not playing for you, then I mean, you got to find someone because time's ticking.
Yeah, you got 1 year left of Draisaitl after this season. 2 at McDavid.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah. I just thought it was really funny that like I finished this whole podcast, edited it, wrapped it, sent it to you, and then opened my phone and like 10 minutes later it was like Woodcroft fired.
It was like immediate.
Bruh. Like why?
But I mean, hey, they're looking hot out the gate now.
Yeah, and I mean they better.
Yeah. The Evander Kane hat trick in overtime the other night. That was a big one emotionally for that group, I think. We'll see. I mean, it like I said, it gets late early. It's going to be a tough road, but there's still time at this point. Yeah,
I mean, there's so much season left, and truly it's kind of a weak division.
Yeah,
They can poke through. They just have to actually be consistent to their game and not cutting corners.
Yeah, and get some saves.
That's a big one.
Yeah, Jack Campbell now in the AHL, and I mean, he's getting lit up in the A, dude.
Yeah.
He's posting like a 8-19 in the AHL, 0-3 record.
Yeah.
Not what you want to see from the guy you're paying $8 million or $5 million, sorry.
Yeah. It's kind of weird because like goalies, they're hit and miss, and I touched on it last time. You don't do the sign big and long with young goalies because it's too hit or miss.
Yeah.
But a goalie falling off this much, like, that's pretty unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, with Campbell though, like he always kind of had that. Like it was always either he looked really good or he looked horrendous. In Toronto, that was kind of the big knock on him. Is he's great when he's hot, but he is awful when he's awful. And Edmonton has sadly just got none of the hot.
Yeah. Makes you wonder if there's like something going on externally though that's like affecting his on ice play at this point. Like,
I mean, you gotta think that goaltending. We've been over it countless times. It's such a mental sport, and there's gotta be something on his mind here because putting up 8-19 in the AHL. I mean, yeah, Jack Campbell's not good when he's not good, but that's
bad.
Not even NHL goalie caliber. That's not even call up NHL goalie in a pinch playable bad.
Yeah, that's your backup in the A bad.
Yeah.
Like that's not what you're looking for from a guy making $5 million. And guys like that, like if he was that bad, he would have never been able to sniff $5 million. So like there has to be something going on here. Like I'm not just gonna chalk it to this guy being a bum, like Edmonton fans are screaming right now.
Right. Like, they have to get some better play from their D group as well in their own zone. That's just gotta happen. At the end of the day, you're never gonna get good goaltending if you have bad defensive metrics. That's just how it goes. Yeah, no,
100%. I wish I saved it in the game notes, but I think I sent it to our Instagram. I found a saves above expected.
Yeah.
And saves that were below expected.
Sure.
And both Edmonton goalies were top in that list.
Yeah.
Big oof.
Yeah, it's not ideal. There's been a lot of bad goals that have gone in.
Yeah.
Like really and like backbreaking ones. Like I haven't watched every Edmonton game, but like when in that Canucks game, the last one they just played, Edmonton poured it on in the first 5 minutes of that game. Vancouver turns around and scores a fairly standard goal as they've tended to do early on. But then like a minute later, just a back-breaking goal to take the lead for Vancouver or go up 2. And it just goes 5-hole, and you just watch that entire bench deflate.
Yeah, when it's such a pivotal goal and it goes in so easily, or like it just sucks, man.
It does.
It's hard to come back from that.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the Canucks do it all year last year when Demko was hurt and Martin was in net, and that goal would go in, and it just felt like the game was over already.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there. I totally get that feeling. Speaking of Demmer, though, and saves above expectations, I believe he was like 3rd on that list.
Yeah.
He's
been out of this world so far.
He's been playing amazing. Do you want to just like pivot from that into the Canucks too? Because holy Christ, all 3 of your superstars are leading in points right now.
Yeah, I mean, the point standings have 3 Canucks tied at the top with 27 points, and that's JT Miller, Quinn Hughes, and Elias Pettersson. It's kind of shades of what was the Ottawa line? Spezza, Heatley, Alfredsson.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Turning the clock back.
Yeah. But I mean, they're not on the same line. Like Miller and Pettersson don't play on the same line.
No.
So that's crazy. I mean, power play is ridiculous in Vancouver right now. That's their true heavy shot, right? You can't give that team power plays. The power play is just ridiculous, especially now that Quinn Hughes has added the scoring threat.
And you have Hronek.
Yeah.
Cranking like 107s.
I mean, that was a nasty shot.
Hughes switches sides with Hronek, takes the one-timer, scores! 100 miles an hour. That's the way to get your first as a Canuck.
Demko looks out of this world. Can this team please just have like a normal season?
Also, your defense are playing like way over their head.
Yeah, I mean, Hronek and Hughes aren't.
No, but I mean, like
the rest of them are. Yeah,
I talk a lot of shit about like budget picks and expecting too much of those guys.
Sure,
but I mean, like nice buying.
Yeah.
Carson Soucy looks the best he's ever looked. What's happening?
I mean, maybe this team just needed some competent management because they seem to have just hit on all the guys they brought in.
I was going to say, is that more like from the experience of the bench staff when you bring in Foote? And
possibly. That's probably a big part of it. A big part of it's probably Jim Rutherford, the captain of this organization. He's tended to be, like in his Pittsburgh years, he tended to be kind of a boomer bust GM, where it was like a string of absolutely tragic moves followed by like a string of just like home run hits.
Right.
And I think maybe this offseason he kind of went on his home run hitting spree and just got all of the guys that fit perfectly.
Right.
Because, I mean, yeah, Soucy, like I don't even think that he's and Cole are playing the best hockey I've ever seen them play. It just fits in the scheme so well.
Right. It just looks so much less exploitable because they're fitting into a system that works for them.
Do I think you can survive 82 plus playoffs with Ian Cole playing over 15 minutes a night?
It's a big ask, but I mean, playoff hockey's a little different, and he's a little different.
He's a little different in the playoffs. That's true. I mean, right now with the Canucks, it's it's still tragic on Twitter, right? Like, there's all this chaos from like, oh yeah, I'm trying to dunk on these guys that said we should rebuild last year, and then like just wait it out. It's only been 15 games. Man, it's been a tragic life as a Canucks fan the last decade. I'm just enjoying this, baby. It's been so much fun. You got on the sled, and you hit the bottom of the hill, and you just kept going. You're just gliding right now. Enjoy it. Relax. It's okay. Just worry about the Pettersson extension.
Yeah, that's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
Max by 4?
I mean, yeah, so it looks like from the reporting we're seeing, Pettersson doesn't want to go long term. No surprises there.
That's fair.
Seems to be kind of the new formula.
Matthews effect?
Yeah, the Austin Matthews effect for sure. Maximize your cap or your profits through your career, especially with cap going up, things like that. It makes sense. That number is going to be ridiculous, though.
Yeah. How old is he now?
24.
24. Yeah, see, and that puts him at 28.
Or 25, sorry, 25.
25, yeah. So 4 years, like, if he re-signs, like, that puts him at re-signing at 29.
Yeah.
And Friedge was saying that, like, the new, like, benchmark of when teams think players are going to fall off is 30.
Yeah.
So you want to be signing those long-term deals
Yeah.
that prevent you from falling off and not getting paid.
I mean, at this point, the way he's playing, yeah, you look around the market, you watch the games, he looks like he's not at 100%. He looks like he's been a little bit tender, hasn't been shooting the puck as much. Maybe it's that wrist. And he's leading the league in points.
The guy's hot.
I mean, Matthews' money might not be enough.
It won't be.
And that's crazy.
Matthews' money was last year's money.
Yeah, totally.
The price then is not the price now.
Yes, yesterday's price is not today's price.
No. Don't tell me about the price of tea in China.
Yeah, yeah. So, I don't know, dude. I mean, this is going to be 12, I think, at least. Higher if the years are longer. I think they could get to 5. I'm hoping for a 5-year deal.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be any longer, but
I don't think his agent will allow it, just in the way that, like, it's obvious the way that upper management views the age of players.
Yeah.
And strategically plans contracts around it now.
Yeah.
I just think it's in his best interest to bridge that 4.
I completely agree. But I mean, Hughes also wanted 4, and it ended up being 5.
That's fair.
So I'm hoping that's the case. We'll see. I mean, the guy's ridiculous. Whatever the price is, I don't care. I don't pay it.
Pay it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice with guys like that.
No.
Like just open the wallet.
Yeah.
Fix the rest later.
Yeah. I've been getting dunked on a little bit too for some of my takes last year, and it's like I'll eat that, but we'll see.
Yeah. There's still time.
15 games ain't changing my whole life opinion over here.
Yeah. No.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
It's been so much fun.
Yeah, it's like when the Devils came out of the woodwork and started winning. It was like, I'm not even going to say anything.
No, exactly.
I'm just going to walk through the daisies and smell them and play with the bees and the butterflies and play some hopscotch maybe. I don't know. Speaking
of your Devils, Jack Hughes might be back tonight.
Woo-wee.
That's a big one.
Against the Rangers too.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I hope he dunks on him.
I'm like, again, we've talked about this before, but we need more transparency in injury stuff.
Yeah.
For betting and for fantasy. Like, the game starts in a couple hours, and I have no idea if Shesterkin's playing tonight, and he's, like, maybe supposed to be back, but, like, we have no idea.
Yeah,
Great.
it's a joke.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of the odds, because, like, the betting is just such a joke.
Yeah.
I was checking the NHL's app for the schedule today, and there's a little, like, slide bar where you can see the odds if you choose to.
Sure.
So just on a whim, I usually turn it off because I hate seeing it. Yeah. But I was like, what are the odds right now?
Yeah.
The Devils and the Rangers are both at minus 111.
Yeah.
How?
It's too even to call, man.
Who made these odds?
Yeah.
The Devils have, like, in their last 10, they're 5-3-2.
Sure.
And in the Rangers' last 10, they're 7-2-1.
Yep.
And the Devils are missing Heischer.
Yeah.
And potentially still Hughes.
Yeah.
And Myers now out too.
Right.
How are we calling this even? The Rangers have 0 injuries right now. Whoever made that.
Shesterkin, though. Come on.
Okay, but, like, whatever.
What do you mean, whatever, dude?
Oh, I guess they're missing Adam Fox too.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Shesterkin's like Their franchise goaltender.
Who they have backing him right now?
That's a good question. Jonesy, who's backing up Shesterkin? Jonathan Quick. That's right. Yeah, come on.
I like my boy Johnny Q.
Hey, I love Jonathan Quick.
Okay,
One of the greatest American goaltenders of all time. However,
I guess it is too close to call, but I mean, like, still,
yeah,
you would think you would give the edge to the Rangers there.
I would think so. Yeah.
Winning record, less injuries,
Yeah.
hotter hand.
I mean, the books don't get it wrong, dude. Y'all be betting. I be betting, I should say. I be betting. I like my betting. Those books get it right. That's why they make the money and you don't.
Yeah.
It's just how it be. And it's a lot harder to find really good lines now that they've, like, juiced betting so much. Like, now that it's becoming more and more popular, it's a lot harder to find those, that's an all-day send line, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we should get to a fun story here.
Yeah.
Petr Čech, one of the greatest goalkeepers in football/soccer history from the Czech Republic, my boy. This guy's playing hockey now. 41 years old. He's put up a 900 save percentage in, I can't remember what the league was, NIHL, I believe. Started 1-5, but hitting that 900, he gets loaned out to the Belfast Giants, so the EIHL. This guy's going up there, 41 years old, to play some hockey. I love it.
Man, I love this story, and more than anything, like, it's kind of clear this team's like doo-doo.
Doo-doo.
Like, just bum cheeks if you're calling up a soccer goalie
yeah,
who plays
1-5.
men's league to like fill in a gap for you.
Yeah.
But like, he's putting up a 900 and 1-5.
Not bad.
Put him on a good team.
Yeah.
I want to see what happens. I kind of want to just like make some popcorn and see what happens if he's on a half decent team. Like,
I love it.
This is sick.
Yeah. Just awesome to see. I mean, once a goalie, always a goalie, eh?
Yeah. It's transferable, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a fun one. I mean, I don't know if there's any way to watch an EIHL game. Like, I don't know if they record those.
I'm sure there's a way.
But I'd love to check it out.
I think that would be super dope.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him move to like a team that's not going to put up a 1-5 though.
Well, hopefully he has now, getting loaned to Belfast, because that 1-5 is down with his other team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we'll see what happens, but that's great.
That's super cool.
I mean, the Utah Jazz this week leaking stuff. What's this about?
That's it's an interesting way to market.
Yeah, the Winter Classic jerseys got leaked through the Utah Jazz's Twitter handle or Twitter page. They posted their players showing up to the arena with wearing the Winter Classic Kraken jerseys.
And it looked sick. They were dripping.
It looked baller. I'm not going to lie.
It's pretty dope. And you know what? Like, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Because I've been saying for a long time that the NHL is just not hip with the culture.
100%.
And they do such a bad job of, like, marketing.
Yes, they do.
Their nice stuff.
Yeah.
This is front and center.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, these pictures go around Twitter all the time. These, like, NBA walkout style fits.
Yeah.
The whole team's rocking your Kraken jerseys and looking sick doing it.
Yeah.
And showing what kind of dope fits you could pair with a Kraken jersey.
Yep.
That's
just
how
it.
That's how you sell a jersey.
That's how you do it.
Don't tell me that the guy, like, it's a replica of the guy who I like watching to play.
Yeah.
Tell me
100%.
Tell me it goes with 3 different fits, and I'm gonna look drippy walking out.
I fuck with the jersey too.
It's a nice jersey. I like the red.
Yeah, it's obviously like a very reminiscent of the Seattle Metropolitans, right? It's basically the exact same inspiration there, just with the new colors and new logo, yada yada. But it's probably going to look great on the ice. Well, I'm really excited. Jonesy and I, we're going to the Winter Classic, so I'll be picking up some Winter Classic gear, 100%, and I like the look of these.
Gonna grab one?
We'll see.
Winter Classic official? Run around, try and get some autos?
Get some Audis.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I tend not to buy jerseys from team stores.
Yeah.
Especially name and number ones. I go through I love going through Hockey Authentic. Shout out to Hockey Authentic. If you ever get a jersey, you want a name on that, send them to Hockey Authentic. They'll do it right. The team store will not.
We're not sponsored.
We're not. But hey, that dude, just a good guy. Local business. We like that. I'll give him the shout out.
If you do want to sponsor us, though, could use some new jerseys.
Yeah, that's right. 100%. But I'll probably try and pick either the Vegas one up or that one because, Fanatics deal is coming. I'm going to try to stock up as much as I can this year.
Yeah, the one thing that I'm actually pretty stoked about is that as soon as new jerseys release, like all of the old ones flood Marketplace, like in the hundreds.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of people aren't going to realize the gold they're sitting on with these Adidas jerseys.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to be scooping them left, right, and center for like 50, 75.
That's the way. The way.
It won't even be teams I watch. I'll just be like, yep, yoink, yoink, yoink. That's a nice one, yoink.
Yeah, that's the ththing, right? Like I actually think the Adidas jerseys might be the best NHL jerseys ever, and that's I might get some flack for that one. I love my Reeboks.
I was gonna say, like, as a child of the 2000s,
Yeah.
I really loved those Reebok eras. Like,
I do too, and I love the CCMs as well. Like there's a lot that I love about both. I was never a big starter guy,
no,
but
I didn't like the starters. I
Yeah.
thought the stitching was always just a little bit
always
rough.
a little wonky, a little bit like bubbly. The logos would get like
Yeah, the embroidery would always kind of
Yeah.
like get weird after a while.
yeah,
It like wrinkled.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean the Adidas ones, people are kind of hit or miss on the fit. I really like the fit on them, and they're super light. Like I really like the Adidas jerseys. I really hope that Fanatics doesn't screw that, but of course we all know they will.
Yeah, I actually really like the fit on the Adidas jerseys too. It's just like more cut for day-to-day life.
Yeah, totally.
Like, I don't
They
think,
fit better over a hoodie in my eyes.
yeah, absolutely. And like, I don't want to really be swimming in a jersey.
No.
I want to wear a jersey, but like, it's so hard to style a bagged out jersey all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to just have like that nice form-fitting look.
100%.
So
100%.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Do you want to do some fantasy picks again?
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. I got some takes.
You got some takes? I got some takes too this week.
All right, you want to start?
Sure, I'll start her off. I got a pretty easy drop if you're paying attention to what's going on with the team. But if you're in a league with some people you can take advantage of, the time to trade Oliver Ekman-Larsson is right this like exact moment. Like if you are hearing this and you have him, stop listening to this podcast to trade him and then come back and listen to the rest of it. But Aaron Ekblad and Montour both coming back into the lineup. Oh yeah, like he's had a really good start to the season, but his value is probably about to completely plummet.
Yeah, the same goes for Nico Mikkola.
Yeah, 100%. So that it's kind of just a straight up transactional one where there's not really a lot of inside affecting OEL here. It's just straight up. There's no room.
There's no room. Less minutes. Less power play.
Yeah.
If any. Probably none.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he still gets PP2. We'll see. But I don't know.
I'd be kind of shocked.
Time to drop him.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I agree with that 100%. My number one, I've got Nikolai Ehlers. I'm going to say Copper holds strong. If you still got him on your roster, keep him. If you don't have him, maybe look at shopping him if you have some space, because he started off with a cold start. He's come into form with 3 goals and 2 assists in his last 6 games. He's going to be potting more sooner than later. This is a guy who broke the 30-goal line way too often to not again. Yeah. Like he's still in his prime. He's only rostered at 32% right now, which is kind of insane considering the player he is. And even with Winnipeg's loss of some of their forwards, they supplemented great.
Yeah, totally.
He still has Nito Niederreiter down there. Yep. He's got Mark Scheifele. He's got he lost Wheeler, but Lowry.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of guys down there that are still going to be playing great hockey. So it's kind of nuts to me to see that he's at 32%.
For sure. Yeah, that's a guy I'd be looking to take advantage of. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're in a deeper league right now, like 70% of teams are sleeping on this guy. So
right, I love it. My second one here is hold or buy low on Gustafsson. in our franchise league, someone bought very high on Gustafsson off of Utrail, and wow, that was intense. Would you get a first and Panarin?
No, he asked me what I wanted for Gustafsson, and I had just made a trade, and I was like, well, I just sent out a first, so let's start there.
Sure.
And then he was like, okay, I can give you a first and a second and Panarin. And I was like,
more.
Oh, really? Well, that Panarin contract's kind of bulky at $8 million.
Yes, it is.
For 5 years.
Yeah, it is.
Could you retain a little bit of that? And he was like, I'll retain 50%. And I was like, oh my God, send the trade. Send it now. Start the car. Start the car.
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't expect that. But, I mean, Fleury, I love Marc-Andre Fleury. At how old is Marc-Andre Fleury now, Jonesy?
Isn't he 33, 34?
No. 38? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, yeah, dude. I mean, this guy was winning Vezinas and Cups 15 years ago.
I'm so old.
Yeah, dude. Fleury, 38 years old. Is he going to hold up, like, getting a ton of starts through the season? I don't really think so. And I think the team save percentage should improve in Minnesota. He's had a rough start, but I wouldn't panic sell on him yet.
No.
Like, I think if you've got him, or you need a goalie, like, if you need a goalie, you might be able to sneakily get this dude for dirt cheap right now. His metrics haven't been very good. Team hasn't been very good. I mean, they've been fine, but nothing crazy. That's a dude that I think you could maybe get something that can help you down the road when playoffs come around.
Yeah, or even like next year, if you're in a league that's like a keeper league like ours, like we have a rotating roster. It's it's always with us.
Yeah.
Like, just because a player looks terrible one year doesn't mean that he's gonna look terrible the next year or for 5 years after.
Totally.
Like, it's fair enough to buy low and then just hold him in your minor league if you can.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. What you got next?
My second one, I'm going to sound like a homer, but I'm sorry. The numbers here just, the math is mathing. I spent like half an hour trying to find someone else that had better math and like a better reason.
Sure.
I couldn't find one.
Okay.
So the boy that we're rolling with here, the dog man, he's got that dog in him. Dawson Mercer.
That boy's got the whole hound in him.
Oh boy, does he ever. I'm going with a cop. Right now the Devils are really struggling. They don't have Jack Hughes. We talked about it earlier. He might be back tonight.
Yep.
Might not, but if he is, that's huge.
Yeah.
Heischer's still out for an undetermined amount of time, and Meyer's out now with a short-term injury, but he will not be playing for a little bit.
Right.
This is a team that's been struggling to find their offense.
Yeah.
And if you look at the stats, it more leans towards bad luck and really outstanding goaltending than it does actual issues. Like, they're generating a lot of opportunities. It's just not going in.
Sure.
So that's fine and dandy. Mercer he had 0 points in his first 10 games.
Right.
And after the season he had last year, like he looks way too good to just say that was a flash in the pan and he's going to fizzle out. Like,
I completely agree with that. Yeah.
So if this is a guy that everyone's been sleeping on, they've been trying to sell him left, right, and center. I'm sure that you could twist a couple people's arms and get him for super cheap.
Yeah,
next to nothing. Probably a player that you're going to think of dropping to free agency anyways. He's only rostered at 55% right now. He broke his dry spell already. He's potted 3 and gotten an assist in his last 4 games. I expect this guy to be trending. He's probably still going to crack the 25 goal mark on a light note.
So. Yeah,
I still expect him to crack 30, honestly, with the type of caliber of offense they have. And with Meyer being out, there's just going to be nothing short of amazing opportunities for Mercer moving forward.
Yeah, that's a quick one. Like, that's one I'd want to be getting on right now.
Yeah.
Especially with Meyer out.
And Hughes potentially coming back. There's a good chance you could see. And Ruff is one of those guys where no line is solid.
I hate that.
It bothers me, but I like it because it gives these rookie players that dog. Because Mercer, when he plays bad, he's on the third, and he knows he's playing bad, and he has to do better. And then he gets that first line crack, and he looks like someone like just lit a fire under him.
Yeah.
When he plays next to Hughes, when he gets that like approval dad nod from Ruff, he gets rough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
So, the way that things are going and the way that this kid's career is looking, buy in early.
Yeah, buy in now. I agree with that.
Like 1 out of every 2 people, or 1 out of every 2 leagues is napping on this guy. So,
yeah, there it is.
Grab him.
All right, next up, I got Brock Nelson. Bye on Brock Nelson. I mean, this guy, he had 35 goals last year. It was his, I believe, his first 35-goal season. A lot of people thought that wouldn't happen again, especially with Barzal healthy this year, and obviously the addition of Bo Horvat. But, I mean, he's looked really good. His shot attempts per game has gone way up. He had 10 shots the other night.
Love a shooter.
So, I mean, if you're in a league that takes shots just in general, you're going to be getting a lot of points out of this guy just for that. And the assists should start coming in for Brock Nelson, because, I mean, the team's shooting percentage on the island right now is 7.9%. Ouch.
Abysmal.
It's, abysmal. Second last in the league. That will regress, like up to normal.
Yeah, it will regress.
It'll regress.
Yeah. English is weird.
So, I mean, I think that he's going to start piling up some assists. He's going to keep scoring some goals. Yeah, 35 I think is completely reasonable again for him. He's only 62% rostered on ESPN. Bye.
Yeah, you know what? A guy who I've been finding a ton of usage in, Kyle Palmieri.
Yeah,
Got him off free agency for like $600K.
Yeah.
I was paying him $5 million, dropped him to free agency, sat there for 2 weeks, and I was like, maybe I'll pay you $600 though.
Yeah, no doubt.
And like I think he's averaging like 2.1 in our fan track still.
That's not too shabby.
I mean, like, yeah, this team's just going through a dry spell. They clearly proved that they could score early on.
Yeah.
A lot of their players are going to have great usage, so I agree with that 100%. Brock Nelson is way too high caliber a player to just be a bum all year.
Yeah.
And the Islanders are too experienced to just have a losing season.
Yeah, the dusty is all hell, but they got the experience, and they know how to win games.
Yeah, and they hate losing. They're just insufferable.
Yeah.
When they start losing, they're just insufferable. I hate watching the Islanders play.
Also, when they start winning, they're insufferable.
Every
team.
Everything about their just like on ice etiquette between whistles is insufferable.
Poor Bo Horvat.
I mean, I guess if you're like a part of it though, you like are much less affected.
Yeah, but like, how do you feel right now? Like going from one team to another, the Canucks were so bad for so long, and then you just watch your ex-girlfriend glow up in the span of like 3 months.
Yeah,
it hurts.
Yeah,
it's gotta hurt.
That's probably a little bit of a sore spot, but
it was nice to see him come home and get some cheers, though. Even though he got booed when he touched the puck, that's normal. That's hockey.
That's a good old game. It's a beautiful game.
It's a beautiful game. He got his standing O during the tribute video. Got a little teary eyed.
Miller had to tell him to stop crying.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
So I told him he was a baby. Yeah, it was funny because I was watching that game, right? And Horvat scores this 1T on the power play, and I was like, "That's my captain."
That was my captain.
But then Quinn Hughes scores the 0-2 winner. That's my motherfucking captain.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was a nice little reunion.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a fun game to watch too. All right, who you got for your last pick here?
I actually have like 2 picks because I wanted to like throw in a drop because
both times you've done this to me. You know that?
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've gone 3 picks. Oh yeah, we'll do 3 picks. You show up with 4.
I know.
I see how it is.
It's a shared note though,
I
so
see
like
how it is,
if you pre-read the game notes, then like you would have seen it.
Oh, I saw it.
Oh,
I saw it.
So you just chose not to do anything about it.
Oh,
That's still on you.
What do you mean that's on me?
Okay. So I got Carl Grundstrom, and this is like, I'm going to get some heat for this. So let me preface this, okay? This is for the deep leagues and the leagues that take grinder assets.
Sure,
if you are in like a scoring particular league,
no.
Probably not for you.
No.
Okay. So let me get into this. He's got 6 goals and 1 assist so far. He's playing third line minutes, and he's added 34 hits and 27 shots.
Wow.
So if you're in a league that counts all of the stats, the hits, the shots,
yeah,
this guy's not afraid to shoot, even though he's on the third line. He's confident, and he's scoring enough. He's got 6 already in 16.
Rostered at only 1.2%.
Rostered at 1.2%. Isn't that nuts?
I like that pick.
Right?
I quite like that pick.
That the 1.2% had me flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely gobsmacked.
I thought for sure just with his like extra usage, because I have a couple guys on my team that don't score.
Sure.
But
they
they just hit and block shots and shoot the puck.
And it gives you enough points.
Yeah, they shoot the puck terribly, but they shoot it 4 times a game, so it's still 2 points on the stat sheet.
100%.
So this is a great asset if you're in one of those leagues where like things are really bone dry. You got 16 other teams and you're just looking for something to maybe pocket in the back. LA's got a little bit of an older team, a little bit of an older top 6, and if one of those guys is to get hurt, if one of them is to drop off, then he's probably the guy that's getting the next up.
Right.
Realistically, as just anyone who has watched enough hockey, that's going to be the coaching favorite.
100%. 100%.
He's grinding every shift. He's getting good chances, putting shots on net.
Yeah.
And he's scoring, and he's capable of getting somewhat of an assist.
Yeah.
So, yeah, great cop. I grab him.
It's crazy. We're giving us so much sauce on here, and our producers over here, I see him
plotting
on us. and like Jackson too. He's only in one of our leagues. Like we're all 3 of us are in both those leagues, eh?
Jackson's not in Fantrax, I don't think.
No, I mean the 3 of us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All 3 of us. Yeah, the podcast crew directly.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Jonesy, trade me Quinn Hughes. Anyways. Give me your last one here, Joe.
Yeah, this was my bonus pick because I was like, oh, cop. And I was like, that's so boring.
Okay.
We're going to go with drop. Get the hell out of town.
With?
Dodge this bullet with Zegras. I've said it before. This guy's got an attitude problem. He can't play defense. He's constantly racking up the minus. He's not scoring, and on top of not scoring, he's also just looked incredibly useless all year when he was hurt, or when he was healthy, sorry. Now he's hurt, and he's losing his standing real quick.
He is losing his standing really quick. If you had Zegras as a number 1 center, I think it's becoming a far reach that he is that. I think McTavish looks like he's going to be better than Zegras, and so does Leo Carlson.
Yep.
However, the he can't play defense thing, I think is kind of a lie this year. Like I think he's actually been playing pretty sound in his own end. From the eye test at least. I don't know what his analytics actually look like, but from the eye test it looks like that's what he's worked on so far this year, and he looks pretty good, but it's come at the cost of his offense.
Yeah, and I mean the defense was the number 1 thing for the coach this year for him to work on.
Yeah.
So he has improved, but he hasn't improved at the rate that you would hope, and he also hasn't maintained his offense.
No, not at all.
So we're very clearly looking at a guy that's either going to be a booming scorer, or a completely useless offensive threat,
two-way piece.
But a fine 2-way.
Yeah.
So if this is a guy that you have and you have him like as a high piece in your roster for the future moving forward,
right,
it might be time to listen to some of those offers you were getting.
For sure.
Kind of reopen those conversations. Hey, yeah, you made an offer on Zegras 6 months ago. What's the price? What's the price looking like?
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Don't be opposed to shopping him. Like, this is a guy that's rostered by 61%.
Yeah.
So there's clearly interest in him still.
Yep.
And there's clearly enough people that are going to hold him at high enough esteem that you could get something of serious value back to fill a gap. So,
yeah, 100%. All right, let's move on from that.
That's the sauce.
That's the sauce. I like it. So we got a new segment this week. We're going to do Guess the Player by the teams they played for.
Fun.
I
like this. Okay.
Jonesy's got some Hockey DB pages for us. We'll put them up on screen here as we go. So this is round 1.
Okay.
If we're tied through 4, we'll do an overtime.
Okay.
We're going to do 4 rounds, 4 players.
Okay.
First up, we got 3 years in Washington, what looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years in Colorado and been a part of the Islanders ever since. Never played more than 63 games. What do we got here?
Huh. It's clearly hurt all the time.
Also played for Lokomotiv in 06. So I'm going to assume a Russian player. Also went to the KHL during the lockout. Okay.
Constantly injured makes me think defenseman.
Is it a goalie? This one's a goalie. Oh, who's their backup goalie? Oh no. I just watched him the other night.
Varlamov? Correct. Thank you.
Tro gets dub 1 with Varlamov. All right. 1-0 Tro. That's okay. Let's get to the next one here. Okay. Minton Wildcats in the queue. Starting off the career. Goes up to Phoenix. Plays there for a lot of years. Rangers for a couple years. Panthers for 4 years. Finished up in 2022 as a Flyer. Interesting. This guy got some full 82s in. Coyotes on the Coyotes when the Coyotes were okay, actually. I'm blanking so hard. Like, I want to say
these are all teams I didn't watch back then. Like, I didn't care about the Coyotes from like 2012 to 2015. I've never cared for the Rangers. And I never really watched the Florida Panthers until 2 years ago. So, like,
is that Keith Yandel? Correct. Yeah?
Yeah. Wow.
I'll take Keith Yandel.
Good guess.
Okay, so we got round 3 here now. Tied 1 apiece, huh?
Man.
Okay, let's get
it.
We got Arizona to the Rangers. Out there for 4 years. Then to Carolina. Then to Philly. Back to Carolina. That's Tony DeAngelo, no? Whoo! Come on now.
That was good.
Come on now.
That was really good.
All right.
A+.
I'm taking the lead here.
That was quick. You were quick with that one.
Quick with it. Okay. Now we got the Islanders to Minnesota out there for 6 years. Then to Carolina
this is
for
Nino
4 years.
Niederreiter.
Nashville. Winnipeg. Damn. Yeah, you got to let me get through it. You got to let me get through it, Trill.
Who is Nino Niederreiter?
Okay. 2 apiece. We're going to overtime.
Just read us the...
Yeah, just read us the teams.
He started off his career in Pittsburgh in 2015-16.
Okay.
Pittsburgh 2015-2016.
Yeah.
For 3 years, then went to Buffalo for 2 years.
3 years, then Buffalo for 2 years. Okay.
And then in 2020, he went to the Capitals for a few years, 3 years.
Went to the Caps for 3 years in 2020.
And in this past offseason, he signed with Tampa Bay.
Okay. So wait. Recap real quick all the teams. Penguins. Sabres.
Actually,
Back to the Penguins.
And then in
Washington.
And then in Tampa this current year.
In Tampa. Forward. I got this just because we did the puck doku this morning. That's Connor Sherry, no?
That is Connor Sherry.
Let's go.
God damn.
I'm taking dubs, baby. Let's go.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I like that one.
Yeah, that's a really good one. You're quick with that one. Wow.
I think that's all we got for this week too.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you wanted to like touch on it vaguely, like.
Yeah, I mean, next week I think when we have some more information. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
The Luch is on the loose.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the Luch is no longer on the loose.
The Luch is in prison.
The Luch has been arrested. Milan Lucic in Boston. He will be taking an extended leave of absence because there seems to be a domestic problem.
Yeah, and that's all they've really said so far,
Yeah.
and I'm sure the reports will come out later, and I don't really want to like put any speculation or anything on it till we have all the facts and the news.
Yeah, that just broke this morning. So.
Yeah, it literally just happened, but us being proper journalists, I feel we should at least mention it for anyone who might have their head under a rock this weekend.
Yeah, totally. So we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll probably have some more to talk about on it next week.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the next negative news cycle, but I'm sure it's going to happen. So
that's okay. We had fun this week.
Yeah, this was a blast.
Yeah.
It was nice. It's good to be back.
It's good to be back. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too, bro.
Yeah. So we'll be back at it next week for episode 43.
Hell yeah.
As always, I'm Tico,
I'm Trilly.
and keep your head up.
Keep your head up. Boom.
Stick talk. Stick talk. Stick talk.